Greetings to you, fellow citizens. So, as you are aware, today I am back in Parliament after serving my suspension of 30 days. Now, this evening I've taken the trouble to explain to you what is happening in regards to Bill 7. As you have noticed, the last couple of days I did try to speak to the contents of Bill 7 so that every one of you have an understanding of what it is that is bringing apprehension on a cross-section of society. Because, look, an uninformed citizenry is bound to make mistakes in terms of the decision that you make, which is why I have taken it upon myself to be able to explain these things in simple context so that as you are discussing Bill 7, as you are going into election of 2026, mukaye kuma elections with a very informed mind. Now, by UPND embarked on a process to amend the Constitution, okay? Starting with, they messed up the process in the beginning because they came up with the proposed clauses that they wanted ukuchinja muri Constitution. What happened is that Munia Zulu and Celestine went to court to challenge the legality of that process. Those of you who have been following the story, you heard that the Constitutional Court ruled to say e process mwabo mvesheba UPND is unconstitutional. That is why the UPND decided to stop the process and deferred bali ifumya temporarily Bill 7 uku ifumya mu parliament baibika pama shelf. And this saw the president constitute itimu, which they call the technical committee. Now, this was the ruling of the Constitutional Court. Go back to the people to get submissions from the Zambian people. That is why the president constituted the technical committee, which went round the country collecting your views on what you thought must be amended in the Constitution. Now, the procedure of the constitution making process is when the technical committee goes round collecting these submissions, they are supposed to do a report, which report is submitted to the president. I think you are all aware the technical committee did the report, which they submitted to the president. Now, the procedure entails that when the committee submits this report to the president is supposed to take this report to cabinet. After deliberation of the report or over the report by cabinet is then supposed to now task the Ministry of Justice to come up with a draft bill. This draft bill is supposed now to be put out to you, the public, through a gazette notice. It means, therefore, you, the citizens, must now see what the committee or what the ministry have put together as a bill. So it's supposed to be published in the gazette notice for 30 days for every citizen to be able to, scrutinize what is being proposed out of what was submitted by yourselves through the technical committee. Now, what has happened, fellow citizens, is the UPND government have realized that they don't have time. Now, God knows why they are rushing this thing, which is why we told them, you can't rush this process. If anything, 2021 elections was held under the current constitution. We can still hold the same elections of 2026 using the same constitution. Elonga mwapasa mwebene mwawina ma elections. Mukese chitama amendments when you have enough time. What has happened now is that the UPND realizes that they don't have enough time. So what they've done is they went to Parliament. And Parliament told them, Kwebati, Bill 7 imwachitire defer. Our rules of Parliament yabo kutila nga mwachita defer a bill from Parliament and you don't bring it back within 6 months, nichapwa yaonaika. And that 6 months ile kumana pa 25 November. That is why now the president and the cabinet have decided to go and get that same bill Bill 7 with all its contents. Idi ayeni ama contents eyo bakoti bake no kwebati yali illegal. Eyo babulile bayabwesha ku parliament. Tuambo okwikala tulelanshanya pali yadaye nama contents ya Bill 7. Eyo tuachitire defer from parliament because they realize that nga ya chapter 25th of December they can't bring that same bill back to parliament. Nishi yaba still yaonaika. And then they know that the process ukubomfya ama contents ya technical report chala baposele insta. Now look at what they are creating. The UPND are now creating a constitutional crisis, or they are abrogating the law. What is now happening is that we, the members of parliament, through a committee, are being asked to start interrogating the contents of Bill 7. It's unconstitutional, because when the court says this process is unconstitutional, it means that even the products of that process are illegal. So Bill 7, which was declared as illegal by the Constitutional Court, is the same bill batuletela, and our friends who are sitting in the committee, deliberate, they will be calling people to come and give submissions to the bill that was declared as unconstitutional and illegal by the Constitutional Court. Now, if you don't know what this means, the Attorney General, as we speak, has gone to the Constitutional Court, realizing the mess they've created, realizing the illegality they're about or they've committed. Bakabesha has gone to the Constitutional Court to insist or to push that the Constitutional Court vacates its ruling. Remember, the Constitutional Court ruled that e-process it's illegal, therefore even the contents of Bill 7 are illegal. Now what Wakabesha is doing, so that Bachiwa MHC process has gone to the Constitutional Court to ask them to vacate, meaning do away with that ruling you made, so that Baisa Mfie Bill 7 in Parliament, even normal. But as things stand, the Committee of Parliament has started sitting to look at Bill 7, where they are calling even stakeholders to make submission to Bill 7 that was declared as illegal by the Constitutional Court. So the action of Bakabesha, the Attorney General, is so that the Constitutional Court can vacate its ruling, so that even now legitimate. They have created a serious crisis or a serious illegality. This illegality can cost even the president an impeachment in a normal functioning society. The number one duty of members of parliament, the number one duty of the president is to protect the constitution. What is happening under this process? The president has abrogated the constitution and the law. And therefore, if we were in a normal country, President HH can actually be impeached. That is how serious desperation can cause harm to a country. We are about to go into the amendment of the constitution through illegal processes. So now it is more than just the contents of Bill 7. It is now illegality is being committed by the president and his team, and unfortunately, even us as parliament, we are being made to undertake an illegality. That Constitutional Court ruling entailed that we abandon Bill 7 and its process. We needed to start from a fresh page. Which fresh start they embarked on, but they've realized they have no time. That is why they've now decided to now jump the gun, to commit an illegality. Vane, if you finish the UPND, will cause trouble for the country. I have said this several times. I am not a Sangomba, but I've read this story before. What is about to happen to this country has never been heard of or seen anywhere in a normal country. It is up to you and me to stand our ground and protect this country from being destroyed by selfishness. What is happening right now is selfishness of the highest order. The question that begs answers today is, why is the UPND so desperate to push Bill 7, thereby committing all these legalities? Why is the UPND prepared to go against the rulings of the court? That they must do, because in the constitution to kwetelelo ya 2016 eyo bawinine mwa elections nishite tibalolele tuye kuma elections, since they don't have enough time to do what they want to do, nishite tibalolele tuye kuma elections bakawine ngefana that bali bomba sana bakawina ero nombanga tuwa bawina fye bakambe e process when they will have enough time. It can only lead to one thing. Paliefyo bale butukila, paliefyo bale tina, and your guess is as good as mine. They have lost popularity. That is why they want to create more constituencies. And between you and me, since they've not disclosed the constituencies they want to create those constituencies kulya kumwabo kuma strongholds yabo. They know that their members are going to defy them. Independent, adopt. That is why babikire mweda clause ya kukanya abantu kuyayimina pali bu independent. Balefo kupela maka kateka wabo. Pakutira mali kutaisa buka fyatawe nomba temu na fumyako na kushako yala basebe. That is why they want to give more powers to the president to be appointing those people through what they are calling proportional representation. Bakalete president banamayo ba youth, more nominations, is because they want to give the president more powers. In the end, tukesakwata a bigger crisis. So I call upon all you citizens, time has come for you to stand up and guard and protect this country from being destroyed through selfishness. It is up to you to listen to this and read more so that you don't allow illegalities to be committed. My name is binwel, mpundu. God bless you.